Let us see another example. That example has find the equation of tangent line for fx equals to e to the negative x times natural log of x at 1 comma 0. You want to find out the equation of tangent line. So you see that this is like x comma y. So our equation will be y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1, but we need m, the slope. Slope is basically the derivative at this point, right? So what will be f prime of x? Tell me, what is that? This is like f, this is like g, right? So what is the derivative? It will be f prime times the g plus f times the g prime. Okay? So what would that be? That will be e to the negative x times the natural log of x, the prime of that, right? And then plus e to the negative x times the derivative of natural log of x prime. So you tell me, what is the derivative of e to the negative x? The derivative of e to the x is e to the x. But the derivative of e to the u is e to the u times u prime. So it is like e to the u. You see that? This is like a u. So what is the derivative of e to the u? The derivative of e to the u will be, so you can write this as e to the u times u prime times natural log of x plus e to the minus x. If you remember the derivative of natural log of x, it is 1 over x. You see that? So what is e to the u? Let's plug in the value there. That is e to the negative x. E to the negative x times u is basically negative x. The derivative will be 1, right? Negative 1. And the natural log of x is there plus e to the negative x over x. Now you factor that out, okay? Factor e to the negative x out. What do you get? Your final answer will look like this. E to the negative x out. The remaining is negative natural log of x plus 1 over x. So you can write this way, or you can combine these two terms, writing the x, and there is a 1 in the denominator, right? And then just write x in the denominator. It will look like 1 minus x natural log of x. So you can combine those two, and then you can get the final answer like this. Let me write down the combined form. It will look like this. So f prime of x is equals to, it will look like e to the negative x times 1 minus x natural log of x divided by x. You can write that way, the final answer. What did I do here? There is 1 in the denominator, there is x in the denominator. You try to make the same denominator, okay, and combine those two fractions. You can do that way. So this is the derivative. So f prime of x is equals to e to the negative x 1 minus x natural log of x natural log of x divided by x. This is what you get. But you want to find out the equation of tangent line, right? So we need to find out m equals to f prime. What is x? Is 1. Let's do that. So that will be e to the negative 1, and then 1 minus 1 times natural log of 1, right? Divided by 1. So what is natural log of 1? This is 0, right? Basically this value is 0. So 1 minus 0. You see that? 1 minus 0 is just 1. So e to the negative 1 times 1 over 1. That will be basically what you get. Is basically e to the negative 1. That is 1 over e. You see that? So what is the equation of tangent line then? So it will be y minus y1 is 0, right? 0 equals to m, and then x minus 1. You see that? So the final answer will be y equals to 1 over e x minus 1 over e. That is the final answer. Okay. So the next example is, you will have to do the implicit differentiation. Find y prime from e to the xy minus 2y squared equals to 11x. Okay. So how do I find out that? It is like e to the u, right? It is like e to the u. So let me write that u form. This is like e to. Let me show you how we get the derivative. Okay, I want to find out the derivative. Let me do d over dx. I mean, you can do d over dx to all of these problems, but I want to do it because it makes more sense here. Xy, and then minus 2 dy squared over dx equals to 11 dx over dx. You see that? So don't you think it is like e to the u? You can think this as u, right? Derivative of e to the u over dx, and then they don't match either. There was x times y, there is just x, they don't match. There is y, there is x, they don't match. But on the right side, that they match, right? So this will be just basically 1. So what do you get? It is like e to the u times u prime, right? Minus 2, and they don't match, so it will be 2y and then y prime, right? So equals to 11 times 1 is just 11. So what is e to the u? E to the u is e to the xy times, what is u prime? U prime is xy prime, right? Minus 4y y prime is equals to 11. Now this is product of x and y. They are both variables, right? So you need to use f and g there. So f times g, right? See that? That is f times g. What is the derivative of f times g? It is f prime times g plus f times g prime. So let me write down that e to the xy times f prime is 1 times g is y plus f times g prime minus 4y y prime equals to 11. Now our goal is to solve for y prime. So how do I do that? Let me distribute this. E to the xy times y plus e to the xy times xy prime minus 4y y prime equals to 11. And again our goal is to solve for y prime. Let me subtract this. Minus y times e to the xy and minus y times e to the xy. Also, what is the common between these two? Between these two terms, that term and that term, y prime is the common, right? I'll take that y prime out. So that will basically cancel out, right? Let me do y prime. What is left is x e to the xy, that is left from here, minus 4y equals to 11 minus y e to the xy. Now I want to divide both sides by that because our goal is to solve, right? X e to the xy minus 4y. That will cancel out. Divide by x e to the xy minus 4y. So what do you get? Your final answer is y prime is equals to 11 minus y e to the xy divided by x e to the xy minus 4y. That is the final answer for this problem. I'll take one more example, okay guys? Let us see this example. Here you want to find the equation of tangent line, but here the equation of the curve is given in the implicit form, right? X and y are mixed together there. So 1 plus natural log of 9xy equals to e to the 9x minus y at the point 1/9 and then 1. Okay, this is like x, this is like y. You see that? Okay, so how do I find out the first? So equation of tangent line is y minus y1 will be, so it will be in the form of y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1, right? That's the equation of tangent line. But what is m? M is f prime of x. That is same as y prime, right? But you need to find out m at a particular value, x and y, that value of x and y. Okay, so let's do that. So let us find the derivative here. Differentiate on both sides with respect to x. The derivative of 1 is 0 plus. So you see that this is kind of derivative of natural log of u, right? And there is also e to the v. You see that? Okay. So let us write down that. What is the derivative of natural log of u? It is 1 over u times the u prime, right? And what is the derivative of e to the v? Equals to e to the v times the v prime. Okay, let's plug in the value of u and v. It is 1 over 9xy times u prime is 9xy prime. Okay, equals to e to the v is 9x minus y times v prime is 9x minus y prime. Let us do that one because there is a product form there, right? So it is f times g form. You see that? You can pull that 9 out, okay? Pull that 9 out, and this is like f times the g. So after I pull 9 out, I'll get, let's write on or, okay? 9 over 9xy. You see that? Times, it is f prime times g is 1 times y plus x times y prime. You see that? Equals to e to the 9x minus y times, what is the derivative of 9x? Is 9 minus y. The derivative of y is y prime. So in case of the plus and minus, the prime can be distributed. The derivative can be distributed. But in case of the product and the quotient, we have the product rule and the quotient rule to distribute the derivative. Okay, to simplify the derivative of the product or the quotient. Okay, so let us simplify that. You can divide that 9 by 9. So what is left is 1 over xy, right? So, or you see y plus xy prime, y plus xy prime divided by xy equals to 9 e to the 9xy. I'm distributing this to both of those, minus y prime e to the 9x minus y. I'm sorry about that. 9x minus y. Okay, so our goal here is to solve for y prime. Don't forget that goal. Okay, or let us split the denominator. You write y over xy plus xy prime over xy equals to 9 e to the 9x minus y minus y prime and then e to the 9x minus y. Y prime is there. Now we simplify that. We cancel y and y, x and x there. Okay, and then move all the terms with y prime in one side and non-y prime in the other side. What I want to do is I want to subtract 1 over x. Okay, and then let's subtract 1 over x, and I want to add that plus y prime e to the 9x minus y plus y prime e to the 9x minus y. That's what I want to do. So let me cancel the things. That will cancel out, right? And then what is that? That will cancel out as well. So what is left is y prime over y prime over y plus y prime times e to the 9x minus y, okay, equals to 9 e to the 9x minus y minus 1 over x. Okay, so what I want to do next is I want to subtract that from both sides. Okay, I want to subtract this. Oh, by the way, I don't want to subtract that. So the next thing I want to do is, since I want to find out the equation of the tangent line, and we have a point x and y there, right? We have that point x and y. Now our goal is to find out y prime, or the m. So to find out the m in a number form, as a number, you'll have to plug in x is 1/9 and y is 1. So I want to plug in that. Okay, so that is y prime over y is 1 plus y prime times e to the 9 times 1/9 and then minus 1, right? Because x is 1/9 equals to 9 e to the 9 times 1/9 minus 1 minus 1 over 1/9. You see that? So I just plug in x and y values there. So what is next is, let's simplify that. Y prime over y, 1 is y prime plus y prime times, well, how much is that? E to the so that 9 and 9 divided 9 is 1, right? So 1 minus 1 is 0. E to the 0 is basically 1. So it is basically that value is basically 1. You see that? And equals to, similarly, so similarly here 9 and 9 cancel out. E to the 1 minus 1 is 0. So e to the 0 is 1. So 9 minus 9. You see that? What do you get? So times 1. So times 1, right? That is 1 equals to 9 minus 1 over 1/9. Okay, so what is y prime? So y prime plus y prime is 2y prime equals to 9 minus, you can write this as 1 times 9 over 1, right? Basically this is 9 minus 9, so it is 0. So y prime is 0. 2y prime is equals to 0, implies y prime is 0. So how do we find out the equation of the tangent line then? So tangent line is y minus y1 equals to m, and then x minus x1. So m is basically that y prime, right? So you write y minus y1 is 1. You just take that as x1 y1. 1 equals to m is 0, right? So let me write down that 0 times x minus 1/9. So 0 times that is just basically 0, right? So the final answer will be y minus 1 equals to 0. Or if you add 1 on both sides, you will get y equals to plus, so y equals to 1 is the final answer for this problem. Okay guys, thank you.